Hello, my name is Jess and welcome back to my channel. We are in my kitchen again. This is my makeshift salon during lockdown, and today I am going to be showing you the easy, simple way to cover your roots. So this will be applying colour to the roots of your hair during lockdown, so you don't go back to the salon with a large regrowth after lockdown. So today what you're going to need is a wide tooth comb. You're going to need a bowl and a application brush if you can get your hands on those items. Also, the best thing to do is to also brush the hair through first, so you want a detangling hairbrush. Some gloves, an apron, and preferably a big towel to wrap around the person's colour you're going to be doing. So now, once you've got all of your items, I will talk you through the application process. I am going to be doing a separate video on the colours best to buy during the lockdown period, as not all of you will need that video and some people may already have colour at home that they're going to use. So I will carry on with this video and stay tuned for the next one, which will be the colours you should buy during lockdown. The first thing you want to do is brush through your person's hair. Make sure it's as unknotty. Is that a word, unknotty? As knot free as possible. Also try and make sure that you've got something that can go around them to protect the skin and clothes underneath as much as possible. So the first thing you want to do is part the hair in the middle. It doesn't matter if you're a person or a model or a client, whoever's hair you're doing, it doesn't matter if they don't part it in the middle. You want to start with a middle parting. Try and get yourself a wide tooth comb. Again, as I said in my past video, it will be more helpful to you if you are not a professional. So going down the middle to start with. And you want to try not to overlap from the previous colour. You want to try and just get the colour on the regrowth and not overlap too much. Otherwise this can create a banding. Then take your comb and create another part, starting from the top all the way down to the nape of the neck. Make sure you're getting plenty of colour on the hair, especially if your person has a lot of grey. Are you laughing because you've got a lot of grey? Yeah. Next, go back to the crown of the head, which is this part here, and then you want to take a section from the middle down to behind their ear. This is called the hot cross bun sectioning. So you'll have one there and one there, and you've got the hot cross bun effect. Put your head up slightly. So you can see already there's half of the hot cross bun, and I will be doing the same on that side, so you can see clear sectioning. Doesn't have to be super neat as we are just colouring the hair. However, it will help you to be neat while doing this. Once you have put colour in that section you created, then you want to take all of this back section of the hot cross bun, lift it up and colour underneath, around the hairline and around the back of the ear. What a beautiful bun you are. So same again on this side, we're picking up this section at the back, lifting it up. If you can keep it held with one hand and apply the colour with the other, that will be the easiest thing to do. If not, you can just get a clip and clip this out of the way so that you've got two hands free. But again, making sure you apply plenty of product onto the hair. And then you want to do the same around to the front. So if you look up. So I've got a blonde bit here, which we're going to ignore because that's going to be done last. So I want to move that out of the way. But applying the same principle we did to the back, we're going to cover around the hairline in the root colour as well. It's a bit blonde, get out of the way. Again, if it's easier for you, you can use clips to keep certain parts of the hair out of the way. You can also apply a conditioner or a barrier cream around the hairline if you're worried about staining the skin too much. When going around the ear, if you kind of brush upwards, this kind of catches all the hair and stops you applying a lot of colour on the ear. When doing the very front of the hairline, you always want to make sure you get all those little baby hairs, so applying a lot of product. Again, like I said, you can apply a conditioner or barrier cream along the hairline so you don't stain the skin too much, but since we're in lockdown, I'm not sure it matters too much. We will be going over the hairline again at the end because that part is important to make sure it's all covered. Having a comb to hand will always be easier for you to make sure the hair doesn't get tangled in the process. So there we go, we've created the hot cross bun effect through the back of the hair. Next, we're going to, you can use a comb, but using the end of your brush I find is the easiest thing to do. And you just want to, we're going to do this back section here first on the right hand side, and just pop the end of the brush, the tip of the brush, onto the scalp and slide diagonally. So you've got a triangle here, that section there creates a triangle, and then you just want to lift that up and apply the colour on that section. Just drop it over the top and again onto the scalp, sliding it down across to meet the parting on the middle of the head. Lifting up, you can then pick up that section, put it down and apply the colour across the section. Again, so you want to be making sure the section where you're gliding your brush along isn't too far away from your section beforehand. The smaller the section, the more likely you are to cover all of the hair. So picking that up and putting it down, you can already see there's colour on there. So I am just brushing that in to make sure it's all completely covered. And then again, you can go downwards. Just taking those small sections are helping to use the correct amount of product, not overusing, but also it will just save time and making sure you've got all of the regrowth covered. So just here, I couldn't see where my section was, so you just want to move this section forward, or again, you can put it in a clip to clip it up out of the way. If you find it easier to put your sections in clips, that might help you if you are a beginner. I have got some colour on the gown. So I will just hold this section so you can see this is what I'm working with. And again, across the scalp, we're just gliding the brush. And if I drop that, I can pick up that section and move it over the top of the head. And this is where I'm applying the colour. Like I said, if you find it difficult to use the end of your brush, you can pick up a comb and you can use the end of the comb to glide through the hair and create your section. So as you're getting to the bottom of the back of the head, when you do a lot of brushing upwards, that should keep your section up out of the way for you. Again, like I said, you can use clips to keep this section out of the way as you're working towards the bottom. Again, keeping your sections very small. Going through, you won't need to keep applying colour to your brush. What I've done is I finished doing this section on the right hand side, and then I moved over to the left and we did the same thing down. And then I just wanted to talk you through what happens when we get to the base of the head, of the neck, this area. So now you just want all of the hair up out of the way from the back, so you can just check. Oh, it's all falling. Right. So you can just check that everything on the back of the neck is covered. You want to get all these little stray hairs, all their little neck hairs. You want to just brush upwards. And it might look like you've painted their whole head. It depends how hairy a neck your person has. And you want to do the brushing up motion when doing this, because you don't want the colour sliding down their neck either. So although you want it covered, continue to brush upwards away from the skin. Right, head up. So that is the back two sections of our hot cross bun completed. Now going through the top, we're going to do a very similar thing. We're just going to take it so it creates a triangle section again. So you're just going across. And you want to do the same thing all the way through the top two sections. And then when you get to around the hairline, you're applying a lot more product again, just to make sure that the hairline is fully saturated, covered, if you don't know what that means. Again, I haven't had to go back for more colour very often because my sections are super small. So you just want to glide really close to your previous section, and then the colour will come through that section and you'll be able to see that you are covering the hair enough without putting more product on your brush. Now, if your person has a fringe, like this is quite a decent length that I can just get the roots here, but if it's quite a short fringe and you're struggling to just get the roots, I think when it comes to a fringe, you can cover that area a little bit more than you would the rest of the head. Again, I'm doing brushing up away from the face, just so this gets all of the hair staying out of the way for me. Also, you are less likely to have the colour run down the head. And then I do just get some extra colour on my brush just to go around the hairline, making that is fully covered. Again, it might look like you've painted their whole head. You want to especially cover the hairline if your person is going to be someone that puts their hair up as well. And once I'm going to do this section next, just to complete the roots, and then it does depend on what happens next with how they want their hair. For example, here we've got some lighter colors coming through, so we are going to be putting another color through the hair just to cover this. However, you might just be applying roots, or if you've got some color left, you can wait for the last 10 minutes of the development time, spray the hair down or just wet it a little bit, making the hair damp, and combing the rest of the colour through to the ends. I'm just going to hyperlapse the rest of me applying this colour, and we'll show you the finished result afterwards. I hope this has been helpful. If you've got any questions, please leave them below. I think that is everything for applying roots at home.